Welcome back to the Kaspa Silver YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing smart contracts on Kaspa because we have received a brand new update that this development is actually going to be called Sparkle. And we also got a timeline of when this is going to be released on Kaspa. So before we get into that, we're first going to kind of discuss what has been going on with smart contracts in the background, because for the longest, Kaspa has already been working on smart contracts. This is not something that's just been put to the side and ignored. No, there are people that are actively well on their way building this and trying to have it ready by a certain point in the future. And before we get into that certain point in the future, I want to read you guys what smart contracts will be for Kaspa and what they're bringing to the table. So Chris King here is the co-founder of Casplex, and he says here, Kaspa with ZK opcode will become endgame. As discussions about smart contract deepen within the Kaspa community, it seems increasingly certain that smart contracts will be computed off-chain, with Kaspa's layer 1 layer using ZK opcode to verify these state changes. This approach leverages zero knowledge proof, which is also a significant direction for Ethereum's development. Ethereum Layer 2 solutions rely on their respective sequencers to collect and order transactions. After computing smart contract operations on the computational layer, these transactions are then submitted to an Ethereum Layer 1 smart contract for quick verification. This sequencer is usually centralized. Although many teams claim they are working on decentralized sequencers, progress has been slow. In other words, Layer 2 solutions achieve scalability by compromising some security, transferring the power of transaction ordering from the decentralized Layer 1 to a more centralized Layer 2, thus also increasing the risk of MEV. And I did say in the past, we will be making a video on MEV. I personally just want to do more research on it before I release a video on that. But even without Ethereum, Layer 2 can still exist independently. Ethereum's Layer 2 was designed for scalability, but after Kaspa's crescendo upgrade next year, it will reach 10 BPS, eliminating the need for scalability. And I also want to note that 10 BPS is pretty much the first to ever be done in crypto history, especially on a proof of work cryptocurrency. It's just never been done before. Kaspa will have sufficient speed for processing transactions. Any Layer 2 using ZKVM could potentially use Kaspa as a decentralized sequencer. All smart contract transactions from Layer 2 or compressed transactions could be directly submitted to the Kaspa network. The transactions would be ordered based on their confirmation sequence in the Kaspa network, followed by off-chain computation. The computation results would then be further verified by Kaspa's network using ZK opcode, rather than implementing a centralized Layer 2 sequencer. So basically, Kaspa is solving the centralization issue when it comes to smart contracts on Ethereum Layer 2. And this pretty much is why Kaspa is going to become endgame for smart contracts, because all these other cryptocurrencies that are utilizing Ethereum will have to face the fact after this is released on Kaspa that they're using a very inferior and old system, where now there is a better system that exists. He goes on to say here, Bitcoin is too slow and lacks ZK opcode, while Ethereum Layer 1 smart contracts can verify ZK proofs. They are limited by TPS and can't handle sorting through Layer 1. Kaspa's emergence makes everything possible. Existing Layer 2 solutions might not want to give up their centralized sequencer schemes because they generate income ranging from hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars monthly. Ordinary users might not realize that the Layer 2 they are using is actually a centralized service. However, they should know that Kaspa, with its ability to verify ZK proofs, will become the infrastructure of the entire blockchain world. And so a lot of people just really don't get what's coming to the table here for Kaspa. And yes, this is all just in the talks and it's in the works. It's not implemented on Kaspa yet, but for me, I'm just planning accordingly. And this is why I believe Kaspa, there's pretty much no competitors to Kaspa, because it's really going to compete in all aspects of the space. Over here, we also had the CEO of CoinPal.io mentioned some things about smart contract design in Kaspa Layer 1, and this was because Aspect actually attended a event in Hong Kong on October 27th, and because of this, there was a very long 9-hour video of basically just talking about smart contracts and how they're pretty much going to work on Kaspa. And I have yet to even look into this video because I do want to get into the details of the technology and how it works and all that kind of stuff. But this is like way above my knowledge. So I'm just learning as we go. But if we go over here, we also see that Michael Sutton recently announced that a new PR was just merged. And this PR, he says at the very bottom here, says in terms of Crescendo roadmap, this was the last major milestone before moving to 10 VPS node configuration and spec stage. So pretty much we're on track to see 10 blocks per second coming out Q1 of 2025. And every single hard fork that's going to come for Kaspa, they are all working together to support each other in different things that need to be implemented. So things that are coming to 10 blocks per second hard fork is going to help things that need to come to the Dagnite hard fork. And then even the hard fork for smart contracts, this Crescendo update is also going to support things for that smart contract hard fork. And from my understanding, all three of these are going to be separate hard forks in the future, but they're doing the best they can to actually just combine everything into one hard fork. And that's what you should always do as a developer in the proof of work world. When you're doing hard forks, you want to try to put in as many upgrades all into one, but do extensive testing, which that's what the Kaspa devs always do. We also got a question here saying, so looks like you guys have officially decided that first smart contracts on Cas will be ZK based. And Michael Sutton here says that there's no doubt about that part. And then another question came out from the same user saying, since I only understand the basic stuff, having this type of ZK smart contracts can technically make us a layer 2 for Ethereum, etc. And Michael Sutton here says, no, it's unrelated to such a possibility, which was mentioned in the past, but abandoned as far as I know. The ZK prover will need to prove execution of Kaspa Layer 1 transactions, which include a payload containing smart contracts calls targeted to the system he's proving. So it's a ZK rollup designed over Cas as Layer 1, but one where Layer 1 is the sole sequencer and data provider, unlike common ETH rollups. This design uses the strengths of Kaspa as a fast and scalable layer. By insisting transactions remain on layer 1, you carry the ordering security guarantees from layer 1 upwards. And by proving this order execution via ZK proofs back to layer 1, you actually close the loop and allow smart contract execution outcomes to be applied back on layer 1. It's going to be a very, very interesting design, but it will just allow Kaspa to really be at the forefront of this smart contract design so that people are not utilizing another token that needs to be created or anything like that. No, they're going to actually be utilizing Kaspa. And this is why it's actually very important for people who have miners to maybe not sell them if they're not that profitable right now, but maybe just keep them, hold on to them. Because if this works out as intended, the demand for usage of Kaspa is going to rise, and that of course will bring along fees, and that of course will increase block rewards, and then miners can stay profitable. And then on top of that, increasing block rewards will keep smaller miners profitable. Really, Kaspa is just a long-term play, but at the same time, it's a go big or go home kind of play as well, because pretty much they're just going for the perfect system to be able to handle all transactions on Kaspa. So now I want to get into the timeline of when these smart contracts are going to be released. And recently, there was a lot of FUD going around about supposedly the KSPR bot dumping all of their Kaspa and causing the price to fall. And people were just running calculations of how much Kaspa they had and whatnot. But it really ended up coming out as not true. And Ski Bum Trading over here made an apology, and I really do respect this person as he does contribute a lot to the Kaspa community on X. But he says here, I owe KSPR bot an apology. I had received bad information and they have since provided the correct information. It is unlikely that they collected 300 million in cash nor dumped what they collected. Furthermore, they are also developing smart contracts on Kaspa funded with KSPR bot revenue. I'll be more careful next time and fully sort out information before I share any allegations with the community. It appears KSPR bot and team are working hard now on smart contracts on Kaspa. So people were flooding this bot that was used on Telegram for KRC20 tokens, but from all the revenue that they've been earning, they've actually are using it to fund the smart contract development for Kaspa. And they announced that they're pretty much pledging about $1 million in funds to support the smart contract design that's going to be coming. And then yesterday, there was a X Space blockchain banter, are smart contracts ready for Kaspa, where Crypto Aspect tuned in and basically explained what is going down with smart contracts. It was a 2-hour long space, so you can go ahead and listen to that. The link will be down below. But I did clip out the point where he did mention the timeline of when this smart contract is going to be released.
While officially we're starting the development on first of December, the work is already on the way. We're already at the prototyping phase. And basically my tentative target date to have something functional is around the summer next year. I'm basically putting together 6 to 8 months, but there is, from a technical standpoint, there is pretty much already no unknowns, but we need to spend about, I would say, 2 months prototyping some of the designs to see what fits best within this frame of Kaspa, if I can call it this way. This is very unique and unusual project because we're talking about a proof of work system that is able to do processing of about 3,000 TPS that can in the future be also increased. And this basically does not exist. With that, there's basically different paradigms that go in play here that also do not exist in the in cryptocurrency ecosystem. This is very novel technology. Basically the smart contract design is based on zero knowledge technology, and it will be proprietary to a certain extent. One thing I'll add is that I have been there I've been in the ecosystem for a very long time. I've seen Bitcoin kind of mature. I've seen Ethereum created in front of my eyes, and the general ethos of this whole project is very much aligned with original ethos of projects like Ethereum, except now we have with Kaspa we have that unique ability to actually do much with Kaspa, and together with zero knowledge technology that has over the last over the last couple of years has taken a huge leap as well. We have this ability to do much more higher performant system, which is actually which is able to operate smart contracts effectively backed by zero knowledge, which is secured by proof of work, which in turn means basically a 100% decentralized global system. By basically developing Kaspa already is that, developing smart contracts on that. We are aiming to have smart contracts function in the same manner, that they will be global and completely decentralized.
So there you have it, Crypto Aspect confirming that his plan is to hopefully have this ready by summer of 2025. But of course, it's tentative, so just be mindful of that not actually happening. But the rate that these developers of Kaspa have been going, they've been pretty on target with their timelines, and they've been working really hard to try to get things done in a timely manner. So hopefully we do see that, and I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And before we go, if you are interested in supporting my work here, I would greatly appreciate if you go ahead and check out my Patreon, where you can get access to a few things here. such as viewing my portfolio. You can get early access to all my YouTube videos. And I also use some of the money that you donate to put into a fund that then we can vote on whether or not we support different initiatives in the Caspa community. So that fund is really beneficial to just continuously helping Caspa get adopted. And this is $15 a month if you're interested in joining. And if you want to pay for a whole entire year, you can get 20% discount if you just do a one-time payment for the full year instead of doing the $15 a month. So thank you guys again for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here. And as always, don't be average, be different.